feels amazing. I feel like I'm earthing right now. I'm connecting myself to the earth. Hey, it's Jessie from Tonkadale. We're in Minnetonka, Minnesota, and today we're gonna make this adorable cactus container. Just a few things that you're gonna need. You're gonna need a cactus soil, an adorable container, plants, and some sort of a soil cover, maybe a paintbrush. For the beginning plant parent, cactus are a great place to start. They're super easy to take care of if you give them what they need. So they're gonna love bright light and very dry soil. So when you're out and about going on spring break, you're not gonna have to worry about watering. Let's talk about containers. The most ideal situation for a cactus container is a container that has a drain hole. If the container does not come with drainage, you can create it by drilling it with a ceramic bit. We can do that here for you at Tonkadale. Or you can plant in a plastic container and set it in. You can arrange them here, then take them to the sink and water them and replace them. A container like this, that might be a little bit more spendy and more decorative. Maybe you found it like a one-off at like antique store or something like that, and you might not want to drill it. I'm okay if you plant directly in it, as long as you're watering carefully and you know that this situation may not be ideal for the plants you're using. However, I do have some thoughts about this. If you're using containers that are kind of terracotta, some of the excess water does evaporate through the container, so that gives you a little bit of safety. Also, cactus roots are very shallow, so they're really just needing water on the surface and probably only about once a month. But you have to know your plants, you have to know your environment, so it takes a little bit of trial and error. So to get started, I'm gonna put on some gloves. The one thing you don't want to happen is to get a spine in the finger. This is a nice organic blend cactus mix. It's very light in texture. If you're storing soil from project to project, you wanna make sure it's either in a bag with some perforation, or you could use a Rubbermaid container, but make sure there is some room for air exchange. Otherwise, you're gonna grow things that you don't wanna grow. It feels so nice. Looks like, how do you get lipstick on a pot? I think they did. Let's fill our container about 3/4 of the way full. I wish you guys could smell this. If you need to, you can take a huff. Oh, yeah, that's good. Now we have to decide what plants we want to use. So I did a little pre-shopping. I'm not too concerned with the design. I mean, I've done this before, so it's pretty easy for me to just slap a few plants together, but I don't want you to worry too much about high, low, 1, 2, 3, all of that stuff. We're just gonna let it flow. So I've chosen some really interesting cactus. This is Euphorbia trigona rubra. So this is in the Euphorbia family, which, interesting enough, so are poinsettias. So we can just kind of loosen our pots. And like I said, cactus are gonna have shallow roots, so you don't wanna disturb that too much. You do wanna kind of wake up the roots, tickle them a little bit, and I think that's sufficient. Make a little space for your cactus. I'm gonna put it right to the edge and make sure he or she is standing up straight. When I do trigonas, I like to group them kind of together. I think they're better in numbers. These have been freshly watered, so we know that they're nice and moist. Maybe I'll put that one in the middle. I did have some ideas. If you're doing this at home, you know, it might be like, I don't wanna make a mess. You could put this in a large, shallow Rubbermaid container, so the extra soil kind of just goes there, and then you can collect it like as if you were doing a glitter project and put it back in the bag. Oh, here's a tip. Get yourself some good leather gloves. Double up here. So sometimes it's difficult to get the cactus out of the pot. I feel like I look really like a cowboy right now. So you can use a thick pair of gloves to kind of grab them. Or I've also done this before, where you can kind of dump it into another pot and catch it. That takes some skills. This one is a type of cactus called Piloceras, but we're gonna call it Blue Torch. Harder to do detail work with these big gloves on, but better safe than sorry. Now I'm changing my mind here. I want this blue one up in the middle. We can change our mind. It's fine. Fine. It's fine. It's just fine. Oh, okay, that's nice. Yeah. I like kind of this stacked look, and then we're gonna just get real low here up in the front. I've had it. I've taken these gloves off. I'm just gonna risk it. I'm gonna put it all on the line and risk it. I have a few little guys here. This one we think is a type of Cereus cactus. There's a bagazillion types of cactus, and knowing every single name is challenging. Working on it. We're working on it. I'm gonna tuck this little guy right up in front. And then I have these really cute Mammillaria fragiles, or thimble cactus. And these are about to flower. So all cactus do flower, and it's really pretty exciting when they do. Some of these little thimbles are kind of falling off. You could probably stick these in soil and root them. That'd be fun. These have low root volume, so we have to be really careful. Look at that soil they come in. It's really full of perlite, sand, and all kinds of good drainage. You can even split these up. Say you wanted to have 3 in a line. Set that one aside. See, it's kind of like anything goes. Cactus are going to be slow growing. As they do start to grow, they kind of grow from the top, and it's skinny at first and lighter in color, and then it kind of plumps out. If I need any additional soil, now would be the time to fill in. Careful not to get poked. Perfectly acceptable to leave the soil bare as is, but I think it might be kind of fun to finish it off really nicely. So we took a little time to kind of clean up our pot. If you're a messy planter, you can come in with a little brush and dust away some of the potting soil. This is exacting work. And then I think we will take a minute to tidy up spit spot. Just thinking this would look really cute with white rock on top. Very, very nice. It shows off the plants quite nicely. That's the perfect amount. This is the gardening part, you know, pushing rocks around, kind of like mulch the cactus. Oh yes, okay. Oh, what if you get rocks in your cactus? We have a paintbrush for that. I'm pretty excited to see this bloom. I think it's going to have a yellow flower. So oftentimes see flowers that are white, pink, yellow. I think it's pretty cute for a centerpiece or a gift. Pretty easy, low maintenance. We could add some pretty rocks. Oh, that's nice. So when we're done, we'll carefully water just a few inches below the surface, let it drain, and then place it in a bright, sunny spot. So that's an easy cactus planter that you can do at home. You could do it with friends. Like, can you imagine like wine night and cactus and wine? We have a few other awesome containers to show you. I love the zigzag planter. This one comes in 2 sizes. So here you can just pick 3 simple cactus, plop them in, cover with rock. Here we have the same planter, a little bit larger, and we chose 3 succulents. So we have 2 varieties of kalanchoe. They're super cute. So these are like great gifts or things to enjoy in the office, on a windowsill, wherever. And then this is just so darling. The terracotta with the black and the string of pearls. I don't know what could be cuter. Happy planting. Let us know if you have any questions. Please like and subscribe. Put your comments below. We'll be happy to entertain all of your questions, comments, and compliments. Thanks. I'm trying to make it go ba-doom.